everybody. Welcome back. I'm Laura Ashley Abraham.
I am Connie Smock.
And she is one of the Michigan Medium Angels. Together, we're the Michigan Medium Angels, but she's cracking up over there. Okay. So she can't even keep it together for like 5 seconds. All right. And funny, because that's what we're going to be doing today is laughing. We're going to be, yes. What were you laughing about? Was there any, is this or just because you're
About what we're going to talk about? Because you probably had to be there for it to be really funny. So you may not appreciate the full detail of it because you weren't there. So it's one of those things that I think you probably had to be there. Nonetheless, there are a lot of good lessons that are going to come out of this. So wait for it. Then you will see.
And part of our journey, right? Part of our whole path is to have fun and to laugh at ourselves. And Connie, honestly, I have to tell you, you have helped me with that so much. It's not even really, you have truly, because I used to be really hard on myself, and it really was hard for me to laugh at myself a lot of times. But the things that you do, seriously, and how you just crack up and you're totally like, you let it go. You're like, yep, I did that. Yep, that happened. Okay. It's wonderful. It really is. So you're my hero.
Oh, thank you, honey. And you're my stability. How about that? You're my stable, safe, secure person. And you do make me laugh too, though. We do laugh together. So I think that it's a give and take for us with the laughing. But yeah, I mean, there are certain things that I do, obviously, that we all have that I don't laugh at, but it's very few. Most of the time I can, but that's a long time coming. I used to be really hard on myself too, a lot. I used to be really people pleaser. If I made a mistake, I'd be upset. And then now it's just at the point where really, and where does that get you? Okay, so you get upset and you get mad at yourself, or you get mad about something that you wish you had said or done differently, but where does that really get you? So yeah.
That's a really good point. And I think you, like you just said too, I mean, we've done a lot of work on getting ourselves to that place where we can laugh at ourselves and let things roll off. Like, you're going to make mistakes. You're going to do things that you didn't mean to do, whatever it is. And things are going to happen. Things are not going to go the way that you planned. Case in point. So, what ended up happening, if some of you may have seen, I was scheduled to do a Instagram live with my daughter Amber, who is Heal with Amber, and she does work with people who have chronic illness, and she works with them with the medical medium protocols and implements some other things as well. So we had scheduled a talk on emotional eating, cravings, and trauma, and how to overcome it. And so we had done a lot of prep work ahead of time. We were talking, and she came up with a really great outline. So we had everything prepared, and I made notes and everything. And we talked the day before about, or actually a couple days before, about getting on Instagram and how to do that and how to get on there live. I thought I had it all figured out. Thought, no problem, I got this, right? And I was a little bit nervous because I've never done an Instagram live. You know, Connie and I, we've done recordings, and we have done a lot of them. This is actually, I forgot to say that, day 68 of our CNL Good News. We took a little break there, but this is our CNL Good News intention was to be recording things through the coronavirus and to be bringing forward good news for you guys. So again, this goes along with those lines because we want to make you laugh. And it also has a spiritual lesson, spiritual component. So I am prepared. I spent that day, the whole day getting ready, and I had clients and everything, but I made sure that I had prepared because I'm on the medical medium protocol. So, and Amber's been helping me with this. And it's been a process of the last couple of years, actually, where I've been implementing different things. And she really wanted me to come on there to talk to people who struggle with past trauma like I did from my childhood, and with food and how, where that connection is, and how to take that, the changing your diet and implementing healthy foods in a easier way, or maybe in a slower way, like what I did. So in my struggles and all of that. So I had my little, I don't have it here, I thought I did, but I had my little containers of my food, and I had, my books that were, they're still back here, but I had my books all lined up, and I had, I just had it all ready. I had my phone, set up, and I was ready to go, right? So a minute before we're ready to go live, okay, she texts me, "Are you ready?" I text her back, "Yep, I'm ready." I mean, I was so excited because I couldn't wait to talk about this, because this topic was like, it's very inspiring for me, and it's very, I know that it's going to help a lot of people. And we've been promoting this, and we've been talking about it, and I know our followers and her followers were really looking forward to this. So anyway, she goes live, right? Amber goes live, and I'm on my phone, and I've got Instagram up, right? And I'm in there, and I'm like, well, what am I supposed to do? Where's the 3 buttons? Okay, I go to her account, I pull up her account. Nope, that's not the right page. I'm like, oh my God, I go to my account. Where is it? I hit the 3 buttons. She said that there was somewhere I was supposed to go. Then I get in there, I finally get in there, right? This is a couple minutes. Within a couple minutes, I'm starting to panic. Okay. Oh my God, I can't figure out how to get in there. Where is it? I get in there, and I'm watching Amber. She's live streaming, and I can see her talking, and she's like, my mom's going to be here any minute, right? Yep, my mom's, I know she's trying to join. She's going to figure it out. All of a sudden, who pops up? Connie. Connie's like, hello? What? Oh, how did I get on here? You see Connie's face, and I'm staring. Connie, what are you doing? What are you doing? What? Get out. Go ahead, Tink.
Oh my gosh, it was the funniest thing, because when I saw it, I was trying to figure out how to get on, how to watch her live. You guys, I was trying to watch you guys, and I didn't put on any makeup. My hair was really, it's just curly. I didn't do a thing with it. I wasn't planning on being on there whatsoever. And so hang on. So yeah, so I wasn't planning on being there whatsoever. And next thing you know, I was trying to figure it out, because I couldn't figure out how. There was no spot where on Amber's page where it said to watch a live video, that she was going live, because on and then I went back to ours, and it just said go to Amber at Healing with Amber, or for the page to watch it. So I'm looking all over on her page. I'm clicking on everything. I can't find anything. Well, out comes this little pop-up thing that says join Amber live, or invite to join Amber live. I was like, oh, this must be it. This must be how to watch her. So I click on it, and I watch her. Little did I know, I'm in the waiting room to be on live. And I'm watching. Next thing she knows, she goes, oh, hang on a second. She clicks on it, and apparently she was expecting you. I'm still oblivious. I didn't know she was expecting you. So then all of a sudden she's like, oh, this is Connie, Mom's business partner with the Michigan Medium Angels. And I'm like, huh? No. And I was actually trying not to even show me, because I wasn't prepared for this. I just thought I was going to watch you guys. I thought I was being a good supporter, and I wanted to be support you, and like say that, yes, I watched it. I even told Brad, because he said he was coming over. I said, I am watching Laura and Amber tonight. If you want to watch something else, that's fine. But at 7:00, I have plans to watch Laura and Amber. Little did I know that my plans involved being on the show. So you're probably thinking, there goes Connie again, trying to steal the show. No, I didn't even want to be on there. I just can't help myself. Energetically, I just can't help myself. I end up on there anyway. And so I'm trying to figure out. And Brad's like, I'm like, I don't know, how am I on here? So I did, show myself for a few minutes. And then you couldn't get on, apparently, because I took the link. Yeah. Because we have the same account, which is different than Facebook. Facebook, we can still, even though we share a page, it still goes to my account when I post. Like if I comment, it doesn't show Michigan Medium Angels. It shows me as being me. So I didn't think twice about it, that would ever be an issue on Instagram, but now we know. And it made for a really good story. And again, it's one of those things that you have to be there to see you behind the scenes running around getting all stressed. And she called me. She's like, honey, I don't know how to get on. And I'm on. I'm like, I don't know why you can't get on. I don't know. I said, there's gonna be this thing that pops up. Okay. There's gonna be this thing that pops up because that's how I was able to watch it live. Little did I know I was live, but I was in the waiting room to be live, to be on the show. So
and I'm over here going, I don't know where the link is. Where's the link? She said she was going to send a link. I'm running up and down the stairs because I'm asking Zoe, and I'm like, oh my God, Zoe, I can't get an Instagram. What do I do? Right. So I called you, and you're in the waiting room. We had no idea because you were in the Michigan Medium Angels link, but you didn't know, and I didn't know because we've never done that before. Yeah. Yes.
All right. So out of this though came a lot of good things. Like you could have easily have gotten mad at me, right? You could have gotten mad and be like, Connie, seriously, you stole the show again. Like, how many times are you gonna do this? You know, how many times do you have to be on the show? And it's not my fault that I have a Sagittarius and a Leo. Leo likes to be the center of attention. I'm just saying. So, as my ascendant, I think I'm gonna blame it on that because energetically, the Leo in me apparently wanted to be on the show. So, yeah. But anyway, but the thing is to laugh about it. You could have gotten seriously really upset and mad, and because if you felt that it ruined, the show, it actually added to it because people were commenting, oh, that's so cute or that's really funny. So it was like, thank you everyone who did that. I don't know if you can see this or if you're listening, but that was really sweet to, kind of make it lighter, don't you think?
Oh my gosh, yes. I was so glad. Actually, I really did think it was really funny. I was like, what are you doing? What are you doing? It was so funny. But I figured out that you had clicked the link, but you didn't know. So I figured, well, you'll get off. Amber will, you'll realize it. And then luckily I was able to get in after that and figure out how to do it. She was able to send me another link. But it was like a good 20 minutes into the show, and we only had an hour. And Instagram literally kicks you off within that hour. And we had like all of this stuff we wanted to talk about and cover. And so, like you just said too, it was, I was like behind the scenes, Angels, why are you doing this? Why is this happening? I couldn't figure it out. I'm like, okay. And then at some point I was like, well, I have to let go. If I end up on the show, because Amber had to talk and she had to take over because she couldn't get off to let me in. And she had to at some point finally send me another link. It was just, I was calling Lily, our assistant, and Lily was trying to help me. It was really funny, but not funny in the moment. Afterwards, funny, not anyway. But you're right. I could have been upset, but that wouldn't have been me, but I was more upset, right? Like that I had prepared. And, wanting, like you said, to be a people pleaser and wanting to wanting to just make it so that it was good for everybody. It Perfect. Did not go according to plan. Perfect.
You wanted perfection too, which is, you've come a long way with that, honey. Like you really have. Before you would have gotten upset, I think, because it wasn't perfect. It wasn't exactly how you wanted it to be or planned.
Yep.
But you've gotten so great about rolling with it and being like, whatever it's supposed to be is supposed to be. It's okay. And there are most things I'm good with that too, as well. But yeah, that is definitely, that is one thing to keep in mind. And it's not judging what happened, because I started to go down that rabbit hole a little bit. I started feeling bad. I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel horrible. It may have ruined Amber's show or what she felt it should have been, and she may have been upset about that. And you were supposed, I not realizing all of that was taking place, that because I clicked on it, you weren't able to get in. So I started to get upset too. And thank God you were a good sport about it, because you were fine. But I did start to go there. But that's where, again, it's going to have to be another life lesson. It happened for a reason. We don't know what it is. And maybe it's to test us to see if we're going to let this stuff roll off of us. Are we going to get caught up on it? Are we just going to be like the river and roll, flow around those rocks and keep flowing? Or are we going to let that rock stop us and block us? And which is as in life. that's the same thing in life. Are you going to let that block you, or are you going to keep flowing no matter what comes your way? So it's the non-judgment, I think, is huge. And then we were talking about, you wanted to talk about purpose. So what were you going to talk about with purpose on?
Yeah, and just going back to that too, like you said, with I felt bad too, because I was thinking the same thing. I went down the same road because I was like, oh my gosh, I don't want to ruin this for Amber. I'm like, she was trusting that I was going to be able to know how to do it and figure it out. I didn't know I didn't get it. So till later, looking back, but I did the same thing and then at some point I said, no, it's going to be okay. It's going to be whatever it is. It's okay. And she was doing a great job. She answered a bunch of questions in the beginning because people had sent in questions ahead of time. So she was doing that, and she was going with the flow too. So and she was totally fine. Seriously, I realized after that this was because of us being able to share this. It was to show you and me and everybody, to go with the flow and not take things so seriously, and to not be a people pleaser. Like that was there are going to be things that are going to come up that you're not going to be planning on, that will happen in your life, that you are having to adjust to. Like you said, flowing. You have to flow in life and not take things so seriously, and be able to bend and sway, and move with life, and laugh at yourself and think, okay, well, you know what? I did my best. And you know what? I did my best. I know I did my best. I know I planned and I prepared, and I could not have foreseen that all happening. There's no way. I couldn't have. So purpose wise too is, you and I, Tink, we're having to put ourselves out there, and we're having to, we share our personal stories, and we're open books with a lot of things that are going on. And I am very much more of like a private person, but I don't have any problem sharing my stuff. Like I love to do that because I know that it will help other people. Same thing with you. But also this goes along with being on purpose, is when you are putting yourself out there, and when you are trying to help other people, whatever that looks like. A lot of people are using social media to do that. And so some people will hold themselves back from doing social media because they're so scared to do it. And I know for me, that was probably a really big fear. The first time I went in front of an audience and had to do readings in front of everybody, oh my gosh. But being in your own truth, and allowing your purpose to come forward, that's part of it. Not letting that fear stop you or block you from moving forward, and doing what you love, and putting your work out there. And that's something very for me, that I've had to do a lot of work to kind of overcome that fear. And I'm fine now. Like it doesn't bother me at all. But part of the aspect that I'm still working through is technology that I'm not familiar with, right? So I wasn't familiar with Instagram, and look what happened. And isn't that funny? And so how that would only happen to me, right?
Oh no, I think it would probably happen to me too, as it did. So yeah.
But again, it's like, okay, so I could let that stop me from going forward and doing another one. Or I could be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that happened. All of those things that would prevent me from moving forward. My point is that you can't let that stop you from doing your purpose, and that you're not going to be perfect. That was a lesson for me, Laura. No matter how much you practice, no matter how much you prepare, no matter how much, things are going to happen, and I'm going to have to just go with the flow and still show up and still be there and still do these things. And it might not be perfect, but it was perfect. It was exactly how it was supposed to be. And then from that, now you and I, we're doing a video and we're talking about how to laugh at yourself and not judge yourself, and let things go, really. And so that is that was why one of the reasons that we wanted to do this too, was to show that don't let something that you may be afraid of doing because you think that you might not be perfect at it. If you have a message and you want to share it with people, put yourself out there or get started or take the next step little by little. And eventually it will get easier and easier and easier. Yeah. So is there anything else, Tink, about that? That was kind of why I wanted to talk about that. Getting outside your comfort zone.
No, I agree. Well, that's how your soul grows. So when when your soul grows too, and a lot of people have been asking us this, like, how do I know when it's time to change a job? How do I know when it's time to change a relationship? How do I know when it's time to change? Your soul will know, because it'll be like this feeling of needing something different or more or doing it, but you have to then put yourself out there to move outside so your soul can grow. Your soul's always trying to it's craving to grow all the time, but that ego in us will hold us back and try to keep us what we think is safe, but really isn't it safe. It's just that's what we're telling ourselves, so we don't have to put ourselves out there, whether it's for fear of failure, fear of success, or just fear of how we're going to look, or fear what people will think. So all that ego and all that fear keeps you held back. So you know what? Let yourself out there and shine. And if you're like me, you're going to do it even more when you don't even plan to do it, because your friend is supposed to be on the show and you click a button that you think you're joining just to watch live, and whoop, next thing you know, you're on the show. Yeah, there you go. Put yourself out there.
Oh my gosh, that makes for the best story ever. I seriously, that will go down in history. So thank you for being a part of that.
Yeah, you're welcome for me taking over, and not knowing what I was doing. I didn't know, obviously, I don't know Instagram either. So again, it's both of us. We definitely need to get hip on this. We need to start taking classes on social media more to figure out how to maneuver.
But I think you know what? We know now. We know how to do Instagram Live now.
We do. Yes. So on that note, we do have some classes coming up. We have Spiritual Growth on October 28th. It's a Wednesday. So look forward for that to sign up. We have a virtual reading party Laura and I do on the 29th, which is a Thursday. And then there's Holy Fire Reiki Master and Teacher, which is November 13th, I believe.
Yes, it is. Yes.
November 13th is Master, and then the Teacher is the 14th and the 15th. And we have Cinnamon Moon. We're going to be on Cinnamon Moon's radio show again this Monday coming up, which would be the 26th, I believe.
Yes, very good.
From 8 to 10. And there's one more thing we have. What is it?
Is there?
Maybe it's a surprise. I don't know. It's something, because I feel like there's one more thing we were supposed to share. Maybe it was you. Oh, Facebook Live. I knew it. We have our first. Here we go. This will be fun, guys. Tune in for this. You know why? Because you never know what you're going to get. My dog may show up. Okay. He's maybe the one to be able to figure it out before we do. So this could be really interesting to see. So maybe we should, I don't know. We'll have to think about this. I don't want to say it on the recording, but anyway, we do. When is our Facebook Live?
November 5th. It is a Thursday night, and it's going to be from 7 to 8 Eastern Standard Time. So yes, this is going to be funny, because you're right, because we have no idea, but we are going to be together, and Lily's going to be there with us. Yes. So we're going to have technical support on what would that be, like
on demand,
in person? Yeah.
Hands-on technical support in case we experience technical difficulties, which, looking at our past history, it's the probability is high. I'm just saying. Yeah,
I know. Well, I know, and I had technical support. I had Zoe here, and she was like, calm down. And I'm like, I can't calm down. I have to be on there. I can't. She's like, calm down, Mom. Just breathe. She was so good with me. And she's like, just stay in the live. I'm like, no, Amber said something about 3 buttons. She's gonna send me a message. So anyways, It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. And there was so much. There was so much. That was so funny. So this Facebook live is, I think, going to go off. It's going to be perfect. It's after retrograde too. So that's another aspect. We did this. This was retrograde. So no wonder.
It's not my fault. It was retrograde. It was retrograde.
It's not my fault. Yeah, it's your fault. Yep. It really is your fault.
So on Facebook Live, though, we are going to be talking about, let's switch us here. I'm going to switch us. This is a good little, it's called deflection. We're going to be giving free readings, but we're also going to talk about, we were supposed to be talking about how we met and how we started our mediumship.
Oh yeah, cool. Okay.
Remember, someone commented that's what they want to hear about. So we'll definitely, maybe that's what our podcast will be. Yeah, somebody asked, that's what they said they wanted. But we could also talk about that maybe. We'll figure out what we want to talk about first for our Facebook Live. And then again, we'll be doing free readings. So people can either ask a question or just we'll pull a card for them and see and give our insight of what it goes to.
Yeah, that will be really fun. And like I said, we are going to be together for that one. So that one's going to work. I don't know what's going to happen when we're not in the same place, but hey, maybe you'll be doing the show and I'll be doing the show. We don't know how that's going to go. That'll be next time. But the first time we do it,
we'll be together. Awesome. Yes. All right. Anything else?
No, I think that's it. I think we've covered everything. Yeah, I think that's it.
One quick thing, there's also, and I know we touched a little bit about non-detachment, but it's not having an attachment to the outcome of things. Like you were so worried about everything going well. It's great to be prepared, but not having an attachment to the expected outcome too of what you think it's going to be. And I think
I had my list of my stuff timelines, I had notes, lots of notes, things to cover. You're right. That went right out the window. So
you're welcome.
Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you, Tink, for helping me with my lessons.
And with mine.
Non-judgment and loving myself anyway, even through my mistakes.
And thank you for not getting mad at me because you.
Oh God, no. Yeah, I would not get mad at you. Seriously, it was funny. It was so funny to see you. I was like, Tinkerbell, what are you doing? What are you doing? I'm talking to you. Get out. You clicked the wrong link.
And I'm going, I didn't know I was going to be on the show. You had told me I was going to be on the show. I'm thinking she intentionally put me in here. I'm thinking she intentionally somehow clicked me in. And yes, that's why I said, why didn't you? That's why I thought if I knew I was going to be on the show, I would have done something with myself. And she's probably looking at me like, that is not my mom. How did you get on there? I know. I
know. That was exactly how she was looking at you. She was very confused.
Okay. All right. We'll get this, guys. We will get this. All right. Everybody, until the next one, have a magical day and night filled with peace, love, and light, and laugh at yourself. Laugh, 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 and laugh.